Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for joining me on this video. I want to say thank you also to all the subscribers. It is appreciated. And please drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what type of content you would like me to do. So remember to hit the notification bell in order to be notified when I've uploaded a video. So we're on to 600 subscribers, and again I say thank you. Please support this channel by subscribing. Last video was very popular. Last video we had Mrs. Manley-Duncan doing an interview with the Gleaner. I did speak at the beginning of the video, and it was very interesting to see the comments. Like we still haven't, people are still up in arms about certain things, even though it's been many years. So simple as her name, she decided to keep the name Manley, and of course added the Duncan to her name, so it's hyphenated name. I'm not sure if that's her legal name, but this is what we see on the media. The double barrel name, the Manley-Duncan, and people are upset that she kept the Manley name, and some people are upset that she married two friends and all of this. And to me, my honest opinion, this is her life, her journey. So she's 80 years old, and if she wants to keep the two names, let her keep the two names. Maybe, it's to me, it's neither here nor there, right? It's my own opinion, and it really doesn't matter at this point, right? Both husbands are gone now, right? And that's my honest opinion, right? And it's all a journey, right? Our lives, as you know, is a journey, and she is now 80 years old, and if she wants to keep both names, so be it. Yeah, I don't think it's a big issue at all. So, and another thing people are saying is that why did you marry two friends and all of that? In life you never know what's going to happen, right? I'm sure they never planned to do any of that, and what unfolded, and it happens many times, right? These things happen in life, right? So it's not like she was with him and then she's playing fiddle or whatever. I think she was out of her marriage, and then she going out with DK Duncan, and then they eventually got married after like 32 years together. Did an interview on Profile, and there's a lot of things that I did not know, and it came out in that interview. So prior to Michael Manley meeting Beverly, she was Anderson, of course, at the time. That's her maiden name. He was previously married to Barbara Lewis, and that marriage happened in 1966. Unfortunately, she passed away in 1968, and the following year he met Beverly Manley in 1969. Engaged maybe a few months after, because they said they kept the engagement quiet, and they got married right after the 1972 election. She became Mrs. Beverly Manley. And of course, you know that they had two children, Natasha and David. And in her interview with Profile, I think they're both living in London, right? So they don't live in Jamaica. I had one of my viewers asking me, where is Natasha? So there you go. She lives in London. Beverly was 17 years younger than Michael, right? So he was born in 1924, December 10th, and she was born November the 8th, 1941. So he was 17 years her senior. She said she was 27 at the time, and Michael, from what I see, is in her 20s, so he must have been in his 40s or so. she was his fourth wife. I did not know this. So Beverly Anderson was Michael's fourth wife. He had previous wives before. He also revealed that she gave him lessons, like speaking lessons, and that elevated his public speaking to another level, which I did not know. And that sounds awesome. No wonder this man got married to her. Not only was she attractive, she was young, intelligent. As you know, she was a journalist working for JBC at the time. So I think once they started to go out and all of that and got married, I think she left that job, right? Prior to her getting married, because of course now she's a prime minister's wife. So I had no idea that she had a PhD as well. So she did leave Jamaica for 2 years and successfully pursued her PhD. It disclosed D.K. Duncan did not break up the marriage between her and Michael. He was not a factor in it. In fact, she said that D.K. Duncan told her that she could not leave Michael. He needs her, right? So I guess D.K. tried to stay with Michael. And she also disclosed that she went out with D.K. while he was married. So maybe he was married but not yet divorced, and they were seeing each other, right? Probably the marriage was coming to an end or something like that. I never knew that she was in that movie with Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come, right? Until yesterday when she pointed this out. She was the lady sitting on the veranda or on the porch when Jimmy Cliff, when Jimmy came into the yard asking for work, right? And she kept her cool, but she was, of course, ruffled that someone, came into her home, and she tried to be calm as possible. Part in that movie, so she's forever cemented in The Harder They Come. That I did not know she was in that movie. She revealed a lot of things, that she had a really, up and down relationship with her mother. Her mom was a bit tough on her, and her mom disclosed to her that she had to be tough on her because she was, quote unquote, like the darkest of all the children, right? And she knew she had to be tough on her for her to be successful. A little bit abusive as well, because she said her mom threw a knife at her and the knife caught her on her hand, and she had a temper and all that. And to be growing up in a home, a young lady growing up in a home like that, you are not going to be comfortable, right? As soon as you're able to run, you will. Just found it in herself to forgive her mom. No idea that this lady was getting hate mail while she was married to Michael Manley. People were telling her to stop wearing African attire, go perm your hair or go straighten your hair, stop wrapping your hair with African wraps or wearing those African caps, or wearing braids or dreadlocks or whatever she was doing at the time. I had no idea people were actually doing. She had her supporters as well, people who loved her, in a higher social status, all of that, because Jamaica, it's a classist society, divided into different class and groups and whatnot, right? So the people who are usually in the positions of authority, people of the high color, almost white or high brown, those people were always, I guess, not accepting of her as much as the grassroots people. All of that to navigate through. I think the marriage did start out very well, like most marriages do. You fall in love and all of that, right? And then, of course, it comes to a crescendo. It's going to be something or the other, and one thing leads to another, and before you know it, you're not happy anymore. That person is not happy, and you're saying, where did we go wrong? And sometimes it cannot be mended, and they got divorced. That's a lot of years, from 1972 to 1990, and they knew each other from 1969. 6 months after the election, they got married, she said, and they were so in love, and he treated her well. He treated her very, very well. I guess towards the end of the marriage, a couple of things happened. She packed up one bag and left the marriage. She left the marriage. Unfortunately, the marriage ended. And she was with D.K. Duncan for like 30-something years, and then they finally tied the knot. Fortunately, her husband, D.K. Duncan, passed away in COVID. I'm sure it was very painful for her, because now she doesn't have her husband. She looks very well for someone who's 80 years old. I mean, everybody carries age differently. She's coming out with a second book. So her first book, memoirs, Manley Memoirs, right? She has put her handprints on Jamaica on a whole. We can all agree she's experienced a lot, being the Prime Minister's wife and traveling with him and all of this, and helping him with his speeches and all of that. So this lady has achieved a lot in her life, right? And I do believe that she has made impressions on many people throughout the years. A lot of people were impressed with her being so young, and she just fell into the role of the Prime Minister's wife and did an awesome job as well, right? She looked the part. Miss Manley-Duncan said she's coming out with a second book, so we're all looking out for that one. And I'm still going to do the book review on the first one, so just bear with me. So thank you for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself and others, and bye for now. See you on the next video.